So with all of this talk about authentic faith, what about doubt? If we doubt, does that mean our faith isn't authentic? When Jesus talked about throwing mountains into the sea, he said that those who don't doubt will see it happen. Let's read James 1, verses 6 through 8. If any of you lacks wisdom, you should ask God, who gives generously to all without finding fault, and it will be given to you. But when you ask, you must believe and not doubt, because the one who doubts is like a wave of the sea, blown and tossed by the wind. That person should not expect to receive anything from the Lord. Such a person is double-minded and unstable in all they do. Doubt means to be uncertain about, consider questionable or unlikely, or hesitate to believe. Each of these phrases mean very different things, especially when we're talking about our spiritual lives. It's one thing to be uncertain or to hesitate, but a totally different thing to consider something unlikely. Both Jesus and James say we should not doubt. But what does that mean? After all, if we're actually certain about something, we wouldn't need faith. Let me give you an example. I have a $1 bill in my pocket. You just have to have faith that I have it, since you can't see it. But now I'm about to destroy your faith. I destroyed your faith because now you know I have the money. You see it. You don't need faith anymore. Faith is only needed when we have doubts or when we don't know for sure. Doubt is part of faith. Jesus was talking about the certainty we can have in our salvation when we trust in Him. James was talking about not changing our minds or wavering back and forth. It's okay to walk forward with doubt, but the point is to keep walking forward. Let's consider 2 examples to explain this further. First, we'll go with the example James used, waves that are tossed by the wind. We can be in a storm of life, so to speak, and be uncertain when or if it will end in this lifetime. That's doubt, and that's okay. It's okay if we hold on tightly to the steady rock that is Jesus. We don't know if things will get easier, but we know the rock won't be blown away by the storm, so we hold on. That's faith. However, if we hesitate and let go, even if we plan to turn back, the waves will toss us around and do a lot of damage. They will likely pull us away into the storm. That hesitation is the kind of doubt James is referring to. Another example is a brick wall. We need to move it from one spot to another. We do this one brick at a time. This is the journey of discipleship. Let's think about the definition of doubt again. To be uncertain about, consider questionable or unlikely, or hesitate to believe. As we move this brick wall, we might fall under the first definition. We can be uncertain that there's any real point to it. We can wonder if it will look right when we're done moving it. We have some doubts, but we keep moving. That's authentic faith. It is a very real part of our faith journey to take down a brick or a doctrine or an element of following Jesus, look it over, and move it to the next phase of life. Or we might fall under the second definition. We consider it all questionable. We question the task. We question the materials. Maybe we decide it's better to leave some bricks that we don't particularly like and rebuild with something else, like books or soda cans. This is called deconstruction, and it often results in rebuilding a faith with a new theology that doesn't reflect what God has said through His Word. This is the kind of double-minded doubting that James is referring to. Then there's the third definition. We hesitate to believe. This is a hesitation that maybe moves a brick or two, then just decides none of it is worth it and walks away, leaving the wall in shambles. This is a walking away completely from faith, letting doubt have the final say. Rather than a doubt that is unsure, it is a doubt that questions the character and authority of God, often coming to the conclusion that there is no God, or at least his word can't be trusted. This is the kind of doubt that Jesus is referring to. We are going to have times of doubt in this journey of faith as we follow Jesus. It is normal and part of authentic faith. When doubt becomes a problem is when it seeps into our hearts, making us question truth and replace it with what we want to hear. Or when it makes us so self-focused that we become arrogant and think we know better and don't need to believe at all. It's okay to doubt. We just need to remember to whom we take our doubts, the same one in whom we place our faith, Jesus.